Hey, this is Andrea, and this is Usborne Illustrated Myths from Around the World. Fire of the Jaguar. All was still beneath the forest canopy. No bird soared, no beasts climbed or crawled. The only movement was the rustling of palm leaves up above, stirred by the gentlest of breezes. "Go, Botoke!" came a sudden shout. Instantly, two boys erupted from the undergrowth, shrieking loudly and startling a pair of bright red macaws from their nest. The boys took aim, drew back their arms, and a moment later, their spears whistled through the air, narrowly missing the scarlet birds. "You were too slow, Botoke," muttered the oldest boy, skulking ahead to collect his fallen spear. "Now what will we take back to the village for dinner?" The boys had been hunting all day, and so far they had nothing to show for it. If they were to return home empty-handed, their family would go to bed hungry. Botoke scratched his head. "The birds are gone, but their nests are still here, up in that kapok tree," he said, pointing at a small hollow high up in the tree. "I bet they left their eggs behind. We could bring those back." The older boy looked up to where Botoke pointed. "Don't be a fool. You can't climb up there. However do you expect to get back down?" But before he could finish, Botoke had started to climb the huge tree, slowly but surely making his way up to the nest. When he got there, he called down to his brother, "Two! There are 2 eggs here." Botoke's brother sighed. "Well then, throw them down." And he held out his hands, ready to catch them. Botoke carefully lifted out the eggs, lined them up above his brother, and dropped them. The moment the eggs landed in the older boy's outstretched hands, he let out an almighty yell. "Ouch! Botoke, what are you doing dropping stones on me?" "What are you talking about?" said Botoke, confused. "I dropped the eggs, as you asked me to." Botoke's brother lifted his hands to the sky. "If they were eggs you dropped, do you think I would have hurt my hands like this? No, you dropped 2 huge stones." I don't understand," babbled Botoke, looking back and forth between the nest and his brother. "I was sure they were eggs." But Botoke's brother had had enough. "I'm going home," he shouted. "You can find your own way back." And he stormed off, taking both spears with him. "Brother, wait! I'm stuck!" cried Botoke, gingerly moving along a branch, trying to work out how to make his way back down. But his older brother was long gone. Hours passed when at last Botoke heard the crunching of twigs and the shifting of leaves beneath him. His heart leaped in his chest. "Brother has forgiven me," he whispered to himself. "He's come to rescue me." Botoke's excitement quickly disappeared when a strange laugh echoed among the trees, as wild as the roar of a great predator, but light-hearted like the chuckle of a full-grown man. As Botoke looked on, a jaguar stepped out into the open, standing on 2 feet, with a bow in one hand and an arrow in the other. Up until this point, Botoke had never seen a bow and arrow before. He had also never seen a jaguar, on 2 or 4 feet. "What are you?" he called, his eyes wide with fear. "Me?" snorted the jaguar. "Why, I'm Jaguar, of course, and I know exactly what you are." He licked his lips, then smiled a wicked, toothy grin. "What am I?" asked Botoke. "You're stuck," said Jaguar, almost purring in amusement. "I thought that was pretty obvious. You humans are such funny creatures, always getting yourselves into the strangest situations." Carefully, Jaguar slid the bow and arrow into a quiver on his back. He bent low on the ground, then sprang forward, darting up and along the tree to where Botoke was stranded. Before Botoke could act, Jaguar grabbed him by the waist and pulled him free from the tree. "Ah!" cried Botoke, finding his voice in time to scream as he and Jaguar hurtled to the ground, where they landed with a soft thud on the forest floor. So, what's going to happen to Botoke? And have you ever seen a jaguar?